So we're looking at the ASUS Vivobook X202E touchscreen laptop from Microsoft. One of their signature PCs on the Microsoft Store. So we actually have the laptop right here. 11 inches or 11.6 inches, $500 laptop. Does support multi-touch gestures on the touchpad. And we have touchscreen, 11-inch, webcam, kind of a glossy fingerprint magnet webcam, but you know, our screen, I mean. Nice keyboard, pretty similar, a little bit nicer I think than the ASUS ZenBook, though easily mistakable for like the 11-inch ZenBook, just from looking at it. So, not quite as thin though as the ZenBook. But that's because it has a plethora of awesome feature ports. Like we have gigabit Ethernet right here, HDMI port, 2 USB 3.0 ports, Kensington lock, power in over there. Oh, whoops, power in over there. Yep. And then on the other side here, we've got all of our indicator lights on the front. And we have a USB 2.0 port, VGA port, SD card slot, and combo headphone jack, which is pretty awesome when you think about it, because VGA and HDMI on an 11-inch notebook, very, you know, don't see that a lot. It's kind of like a Uber netbook. Ivy Bridge Core i3 with 4 gigs of RAM. We probably are going to do another video where we bust this thing open and see what we can do to change out the 500 gig spinning platter hard drive and the RAM. So yeah, and just to do some comparisons here, I've actually got, actually I can bust out my, if I can do this one-handed, which will be kind of fun. I'm going to grab my X1 Carbon. Set this over here. So yeah. Take a look at the... Now this weighs about the same as the Carbon, just under 3 pounds. You can kind of see. I mean, closed. I mean, it's thicker than the Carbon, but not terribly thicker. I mean, you know, the Carbon just dwarfs this thing. I mean, you can set the ASUS inside the Carbon. But that's the difference between a 14-inch and 11-inch screen. Still, pretty cool. And the Carbon doesn't have touchscreen. Cool. And there are some other configurations available of this thing, of this Vivobook. Best Buy sells one for $550 with a Sandy Bridge i3, which is kind of lame given the fact that the Microsoft Store is $50 cheaper and has the Ivy Bridge CPU instead of the Sandy Bridge. So Newegg's got like a $599 config for this exact same config for $599. So Microsoft has got pretty much the steal of a deal on this laptop right now, which they're sold out online, but you can go to a Microsoft store, possibly even a Microsoft pop-up store, and pick one up. Here is inside the Vivobook. You can see that memory is soldered onto the motherboard, but the hard drive, which we have got out loose here, is a spinning platter, but it's a standard 2.5-inch 7mm Seagate momentous drive. So you got your battery there. All of our screws we took out here. You did need a spudger or a butter knife to pop open the back lid. So plastic butter knife worked pretty well. Cool. So yeah.